Welcome, my chingus, to episode 52 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we will talk about B1A4, Davichi, Fiestar, FX, G.o.D, Hyomin, Kim Hyun-joong, Ra.D, Tiny G, and a bunch of other people. My name is Steven.
My name is Josh.
And this is an extra large week for This Week in K-Pop.
Yeah, supersized, baby.
Yep, and we're a discussion podcast that covers the latest K-pop news and music video releases. And we have an episode every 2 weeks. And every episode, Josh and I will pick our best song of those last 2 weeks. And as we said, we're going to talk about just a crazy amount of songs this episode.
I think we have something like 10 songs we're going to talk about and another 10 that we're going to
lightning round. And then we also cut out like 15 songs because we just didn't have the time. So if we don't talk about your group, we're sorry, but we're going to go straight to it. This Week in K-Pop. Josh, what's your favorite song of the last 2 weeks?
So I actually had a pretty hard time figuring out what my favorite song of these past 2 weeks was. Mainly just because there was a lot of pretty good songs. And there were some songs that didn't really have music videos. But my favorite song of these past 2 weeks is G.o.D with Saturday Night. You like the way I said that?
Say it all sexy.
You like the way I say that?
Making it great for the editing that I must do later. So why did you pick Saturday Night?
Well, the song is catchy enough as it is, but this music video is like one of the best music videos I've seen in a really long time. It's like fun and interactive. There's dancing in it. You know, I think you actually said that you like busted up laughing, and that's rare. Like usually we kind of
I don't laugh, guys.
Usually he don't never laugh. I crack funny ass jokes all the time. This chingu never laughs. They're funny. I laugh at them. But anyways, yeah, G.o.D. It's a pretty good video.
Yeah, if you don't know who G.o.D is, I mean, G.o.D is an old school K-pop group.
Old school, like H.O.T, G.o.D, like Sekis, you know, those chingus.
Like late 80s, early 90s kind of era K-pop groups. I think this is their reunion album after 15 years,
15 years, yeah.
Some of them have matured well.
Some of them.
But, I will agree with you that, G.o.D released 3 music videos in the last 2 weeks. Yep. And Saturday Night is my favorite, mostly because it's just the most fun. Like, they're just poking fun of kind of themselves and, like, how old they are. And it just makes a lot of sense. Like, sometimes in their other music videos, it's a little too serious for kind of this kind of era of K-pop. But I really, really, really enjoy this. Now, you're going to want to watch this with subtitles. The main music video doesn't have subtitles.
Yep.
And you're just not going to get most of it because the lyrics also go really well with how funny the song is.
Oh, yeah. It really, really matches really well. Just to give you the rundown so you can kind of understand what's going on like down here is that, so these guys are meeting up after a long while and they're all talking about what kind of jobs they do and they're all kind of, they're kind of hyping up what they do, right? Like one guy, he's like, oh yeah, I work at a tire factory. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, okay. And one guy, he's like, oh yeah, I'm a DJ at a club, like it's a really hot place. And another guy is like, oh yeah, I'm a fighter. And he gets punched in the street for money, right?
Yeah. So they're all like embellishing their job. Except for Kim Tae-woo, who's like a kindergarten person, but he's not like the best job ever where he just drives kids to the kindergarten and has like a cute, sexy coworker or something.
Teacher,
but it's just hilarious. The dude who works in the tire factory, the rapper of the group, the buff ass motherfucker of the group, he is fucking hilarious in this.
Like
video.
His facial, all of them are so good at like facial expressions.
Yeah.
And like just kind of like watching this again just makes me crack up. Like just watching it.
Yeah.
But
the song is like, the song's okay.
It's fun.
It's way better with the video.
Yeah.
And like for example. Like, Psy's Gangnam Style is really funny, and I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably the last time I like saw a K-pop video and just laughed my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about how Hangover. We talked about that. no. But this, like, seriously, take the time. Just search for, you know, G.o.D. Saturday Night English subs or whatever language subs. It's way better.
Whatever subs. Yeah, like, if you understand the lyrics of the subs, it will make this experience a lot better. But you don't really need it to, like, understand what's going on. It's pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're just getting after it.
But like, when I hear the buff ass dude rapping, like, his rapping is way 90s rapping. Like,
yeah,
it's
not
way
good. 90s. It's way G.o.D. style.
Yeah,
like, really.
Like, if someone rapped, like, for example, a new boy group really shittily like that, we would probably make fun of them a lot.
Yeah, but it fits their style, right?
It fits their style, and it fits because they're pretty much just making fun of themselves in this.
Yeah, like they see. We joke a lot about, like, groups that have been around for a really long time, like you know Big Bang or SNSD, and they kind of just sell music or sell albums because of their name, right? If SNSD comes back after 1 year, people will feel like they've been gone for so long, and they're just gonna eat that shit up. And G.o.D, I feel like they know that, like, they already have had their fan base for so long that they're just kind of like, we're not going to pretend to be, like, you know, handsome and cool, whatever. We're just going to be...
A couple of them are freaking handsome as shit.
Yes.
There's like two of them that are like,
still so handsome. Like, are you in your 30s or 40s? That's no way.
Yeah, the boxer dude.
Yeah.
And then I think there's another guy who's, like, in a lot of dramas and stuff. But I will say it's really interesting because, like, think about Big Bang. Like, this is 15 years later, Big Bang, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you see, like, T.O.P. walks out. He's, like, all fucking ripped and shit.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yo, what up? G.D. is, I mean, he's, like, a baller, you know, head to toe.
I mean, T.O.P.'s never ever going to show any skin, right? So.
Oh, that's true. But then, you know, one of them's in prison because he choked too many bitches, you know, like, but it's like a big reunion after 15 years of the joint. Like, we're going to be old as shit when that happens.
Yeah. We might even have children.
We need wives first.
Oh.
But, you know, when you really think about it, it's like, man, I hope I'm still enjoying K-pop, you know, 15 years down the line, because, you know, some of my coworkers are actually talking about G.o.D.
Yeah.
And, like, to them, that, you know, it's like bringing them back to their childhood and seeing these people they haven't seen in 15 years. And I'm like, man, that'd be really interesting to see, you know, Girls' Generation 15 years.
Yeah, that's kind of how I think we're gonna see K-pop in, like, 15 years from now. It's gonna be like a good memory for us. But
I hope so.
Who knows if we will still be listening to K-pop? Because
there's some comebacks where they're just not aware. Like, there's one dude, like, Moon something. He was in H.O.T. And, like, I saw him come back, and I was like, dude, this guy's still in the 90s. His song's still in the 90s. He was dancing like he was in the 90s, and he was totally serious. It was fucking awful. So I'm really happy that, at least in this music video, G.o.D. is like, let's just have some fun with it.
Yeah, but I mean, G.o.D. also had, like, another music video, Story of Our Lives, or, like, Kasumiyagi or something like that.
Yeah.
And that music video was freaking touching as hell. Like, I saw that and I almost broke out in tears, really. Like, it's like, oh, I need to call my mom. Like,
yeah, it's pretty much like a pretty nice story of just, like, love your family, right? Yeah. Pretty much, like, you spend all this time with them, just love your family, your life will be much better.
Yeah.
And it was pretty touching. The song, personally, I mean, it was an okay song. Very ballady. Like OST, like. Not anything special, I would say. Same with their other song. They had another MV, I think it was called Sky Blue Promise.
Which is more like
I think it was more behind the scenes kind of music video.
Yeah, it's a song for their fans, right?
Yeah, of coming back for 15 years. And there's a lot of behind the scenes of, like, oh, we're still buds. We're still buddies.
Yeah, which I'm happy to see, because, like, usually a lot of groups will just kind of split up, and sometimes they'll be on bad terms, but they won't really say.
Yeah, I think one of the guys left before they disbanded, and like, people used to call him, like, a traitor, because they blamed him for being the cause of G.o.D.'s
breakup. Yeah.
But he came back and was like, "Yo, what up? Still sexy."
And everybody's like, "Hey!"
Although, you know, they ain't doing EXO numbers, you know. But
I mean,
they do okay.
Yeah.
They do okay.
But I mean, G.o.D's G.o.d. Yeah. Next song.
Next song will be B1A4 with their new song "Solo Day." Now we did do a reaction.
Summer Day, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we did a reaction to Summer Day. I guess not Solo Day. And we're not bashing the song for that, but it is
Summer Day.
I hear summer. I hear summer. It's supposed to be summer. Why is it not summer? I just don't understand why it's not summer.
It really should be summer, but it sounds like a mix of solo and summer.
It sounds like, I mean, I made the same joke, but it sounds like they maybe had a hard time pronouncing summer, so they were just like, we'll just call it Solo Day. Maybe. Because it should be Summer Day. But getting to the point, B1A4, I'm a really big fan of B1A4, especially after What's Happening.
Yeah.
It's my favorite B1A4 song. I mean, Lonely was good, but I didn't think it was up to the What's Happening level. But, it was a video where they didn't do much dancing.
Yeah.
They didn't have...
supposed to be more somber.
Yeah, they didn't have, like, the fun that they usually have B1A4. So when I saw this video, it's supposed to be a summer song or a solo song. And it was bright and exciting. I was like, oh, man, it's going to be a fun song. And I was sad that there was no dancing in the video.
Yeah, because I think you were drawn to B1A4 mainly because of their fun dancing, right? Yeah,
I even What's Happening, the song was really good, but I wasn't like pulled in by them until I saw the practice video for What's Happening, because the choreography was just
so fun.
It was so fun and so different than what a lot of the K-pop groups are doing, and it was so personalized for that song. It was really amazing, because a lot of songs have okay choreography, but that choreography could go for any song. But this one was like tailored,
very specific. Yeah, very specific to the song, and it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now this song, we have slightly differing opinions.
Yeah, a little bit.
And like, it's an okay song.
Yeah.
I don't think it's particularly very special song. I think it's a pretty generic song. Which is weird, because B1A4's songs have been pretty, like, distinctive.
Yeah. Like, if you hear the song, you're like, this is probably a B1A4 song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This song, actually, like, if I just blind heard it, I don't think I would have thought B1A4.
I would have thought it's B1A4 mainly because it had, like, kind of like a whistling to it. And kind of the main vocals for B1A4, I think his name's Jin-young or something. He has a very like kind of high timbre kind of voice, so I think I could recognize it versus like other. Maybe
there's just so many boy groups that I just don't even know, so I think that'd be kind of hard for me. I will say, like, Lonely had a very kind of bassy like I'll remember that kind of bass line forever. And this song, I think it'll be known for being Summer Day. It might be my own.
Summer Day. Yeah.
But it's nice to see them outside. It's nice to see them not in just a set. It's nice to see, even though the whole alien thing was a little strange and kind of weird and out there, at least they're trying something different.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some decent effects. Barrow's hair is awful in this video.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I talked a lot.
I really like this song as a summer song. To be honest, once summer passes, I'll probably stop listening to this song as well. It doesn't have like really good staying power. I mean, of course, that might change over time the more I listen to it. But overall, I thought this music video was pretty. What's the word? It was very new. It was very novel, and I really liked that. The whole weirdness of the spaceship coming is very B1A4, and I like it. Steven kind of doesn't like to have music videos or songs kind of interrupted with like dance breaks or random like shots or talking. So I can understand why like it's just weird, but I really like that. One, their outfits look really great. Two, like it just seems like obviously they're having a lot of fun, and that's what I like B1A4, because they're kind of goofy guys and just kind of they're handsome, of course, but they're kind of not too concerned about being like cool and chic. They're more concerned about just being like, oh yeah, we're fun and quirky, right? And that's what they delivered in this music video and this song, and that's why I like B1A4. So
yeah, I mean, I agree with like, half of what you said. I agree with what B1A4 is. I don't agree that they brought that to this video. Like, I don't even think they're having as much fun as they are in this video as opposed to... I don't know the name of the song, but even like they were all in cowboy outfits. There's like a Western one. Like...
It's like Goodnight Baby or something like that.
It's something. I don't remember the song name
exactly.
Night.
Good night. I think it's Good Night.
Maybe.
Good night, sleep well or something.
That song, yeah. There's like sometimes they're smiling, but like there's a lot of like K-poppy stuff of like we're playing a role. I'm straight faced and like great that it's out there and there's this whole alien thing, but I don't think they brought as much B1A4 charm as they have been known for.
I think it's because in this music video compared to the other music videos. In this music video, they're supposed to be acting a little bit, right? Like, you know, you're supposed to be having a pizza delivery guy. Like, Baro's supposed to be acting. A weirdo. Like, they're supposed to be playing a role in this rather than just kind of, we're B1A4.
Yeah, which to me is they're more boring. Like, they're acting in the sense they're just looking solemnly at a camera. Like, the dude sitting on the, or he's a couch potato, but he sits on the floor because he's Korean.
Yep.
Or like, you know, do with the glasses, like being OCD about that's not fun to me. But I think a lot of that is tied to there being no dancing.
Yeah.
I think if there was dancing, since their dancing is so vibrant and so full of personality, I think it was missing that. So that's my deal with with this.
We'll just have to see what the dance is like on the music shows, and give this. We're definitely gonna give this song a few more listens. So.
They'll definitely release a dance practice video. I mean, they always do. They always get a lot of hits on it because
it's
kind
fun.
of what they're known for. I don't know what that was.
It's dancing.
Wavet.
It's dancing.
All right, well, what's next? Speaking of dancing.
So, our next song is Girls' Day with Darling.
You're just going to say all the titles weirdly.
No, I mean, because... Darling sounds like it needs to be said in a certain way.
Like your Count Dracula, like darling.
No, I'm a debonair, like 60-year-old white woman. Darling, or like a transvestite.
Transvestite sounds closer.
Maybe that.
But Girls' Day. How about you talk first? I talked a lot on B1A4.
Okay, so Girls' Day is back with Darling. Definitely a change of pace from Something and the more sexier concepts. And to be honest, I like this Girls' Day better. I feel like they fit the cute better than the sexy, or the cute with a little bit of sexy rather than just all sexy, you're all cute. And I think they brought a good amount in the concept for this. We did a reaction for this also. I didn't really have too many good things to say about it, but I mean, I watched it a few more times. I listened to the song a few more times. And I mean, let's just throw it out there. Girls' Day is they're very, very attractive girls. No matter what we say, if we don't find them sexy, they're attractive regardless, right? And they brought a lot of like good kind of energy to this music video, right? Like more playful rather than kind of trying to act sexy and rubbing their necks and lips and bosoms, right? Like, yeah, I like that better. Yeah. I like that better. But overall, there are just too many scenes in this music video that are just kind of a little bit boring. Like this scene where it's just kind of like a hanger or something, and they're just dancing in front of it, and there's like another set that's kind of boring too. The song itself is pretty good, but in terms of like girl summer songs, this is only a little bit better than the average for me. Like, this ain't no Fiestar loving you, right? And I feel like they put out another summer song that I liked better than this song. I think it was like I Love You or something like that. I can't remember what it was called. But all you Girls' Day fans, just tell me which song I'm thinking about. I like that song better than this one. but people don't seem to agree with me because this song is like killing it on the music charts.
I mean, it's Girls' Day. Like they can release pretty much anything at this point.
Because they're kind of almost at the peak of their popularity, or they're like super rising up there, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't watch your reaction, I definitely think you're being way nicer with your words now than you were before. Well, I mean, because you were pretty much like, this is shit, and I don't like it. No. That was pretty much what your reaction was.
My reaction was, this is boring, and this is like not different from any summer song, which I still kind of feel that way, but...
You said better than average right now.
Yeah.
And that is not what you said before.
It's grown on me after a few more listens, I'm not going to lie, but it's... I would rather listen to B1A4's Summer Day than this song, to be honest. But you and my brother apparently love this song. Alan, what's up?
I never said I loved it. I always said that it wasn't as bad as you're making it out to be during the reaction video.
Maybe I was too harsh in the reaction video.
But, I mean, I agree with a lot of what you said. Which is that... Like, I just think I don't expect as much maybe from Girls' Day because I wasn't a giant fan of Something.
I liked Something, for the record.
Yeah, you really liked Something. Well, I don't know.
I don't know about really liked, but I listened to that song quite a few times. It was on my playlist for quite a while.
Yeah, so. You would annoy me by being like, Something all the time. Yeah. And I mean, Expectation was good. I enjoyed Expectation. Female President, the song I liked way more than the video. Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, I think this video has a lot in common with Female President. Like, even though I didn't like Something song as much as you did, I thought the sexiness and the video matched that type of song very well.
Right.
It's a very kind of sultry, seductive-y kind of song, and they were being sultry and kind of seductive.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be kind of a summer song, and it's a summer song that sounds a lot like a song by Sunny Hill called "Darling of Our Hearts," I think.
Something along those lines. It has the word
darling in it.
Yeah.
And the chorus of that in this song sound
very similar.
Yes, they both say the word darling, but just the tone and intonation is different. But you know. We got a YouTube comment that was like, "Oh, you guys, how can you not like butts?" And I mean, like, that dude's a fucking idiot. But the point is that if it's a cute song like this,
I don't want to be seeing like crotches like all the time.
Like I'm fine with seeing a crotch if it was a Sports Illustrated model shoot, or if it was, you know, like just for that reason, I will go see it. But if it's supposed to be kind of a cutesy, like, darling, like, I get their hand movement is supposed to be kind of cute, but just the ass shaking as your primary dance move, as your primary piece of, you know. Your dance point, it just doesn't work for me. And that's always been my problem with Girls' Day, is that they're beautiful girls.
Yeah,
some of these girls are so pretty. Like,
there's no doubt about that.
When I close my eyes, my pants come off. Sometimes I may or may not think of them.
Ooh,
but
dirty.
I don't think they're very good at acting sexy.
They're not.
They try really hard to do it, but I personally don't think they're very good at it. I don't think their choreography has always been super on the nose of like, we're fluttering our boobs now, we're massaging our ass now, we're, you know, you look at my crotch now.
It feels very choreographed. I mean, I might have said this before in like other videos, but there's kind of a feel that you have behind a dance.
Sure.
Like if you're gonna have a sexy dance, you kind of, you can do sexy dance moves, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you will emanate sexiness, right? Yeah. And you may emanate, you know, a different aura or a different feel, even if you're doing a different choreography, like, or you're doing the same choreography and you'll have different people and you're watching them.
Yeah.
This to me, it's supposed to be a little bit cute, but the way that it's cut and directed, it feels a little bit too much like they're trying to slip a little bit too much sexy in there sometimes.
There are a lot of lingering shots of
like
their
crotch
butts.
and butts.
Yeah.
Like a little bit not very tasteful, and like tasteful sexy is the best sexy in my opinion. I don't care what you say. I'm going to say that and I'm going to be right because I know what I like.
Yeah, but sexiness is very, very, very subjective.
It is.
I mean, what we think and what you think can be totally different.
It will be totally different.
Now, I don't like how sometimes when we're like, that's too much sexy, that all of a sudden means we think they're ugly.
Yeah, and we like dicks or something, and we like buttholes or... And
they're pretty in their own right, but...
buttholes?
I mean, maybe.
Dicks? Dicks are nasty looking, man.
Yours might be. I don't know.
Come on now. Don't even play. Don't even play like you're...
Yeah, I can't even see mine anyway. So what do I know?
Oh, stay there.
Oh, my belly's too fat. But...
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. What always strikes me, like, Hyori, I mean, she's so pretty. She has a weird-ass bob cut in this video.
She's been sporting that bob cut for a long time.
Truth. But every time I see her, I'm like, how is she dating fucking Tony On, man? Like,
did they break up?
Did they break up?
I'm pretty sure they broke up.
I hope so, because, I mean, I know that dude is a legend in the G.o.D era kind of K-pop, but like,
H.O.T.
he is just a weird-looking dude, and she is just way too fine for him. Anyways, I will say, I'm going to compare Girls' Day to another group. Sorry, but Girls' Day, I think, has a very kind of parallel path with AOA. AOA is a little farther behind, like they started later.
Yeah.
But AOA also, sometimes they go a little too far. Like, sometimes they have a little butt move. But it's just... It's so different. I don't know what it is. It could be because I like Brave Sound more, so I'm more into their songs, which makes me more into their dance and more into their
general feel, yeah.
Maybe, but I just think they also did it. Short Hair was also a very cutesy video, but when I watched that and I hear the song, I was like, it fits. Like, they're not shaking their ass in my face. Like, I don't know. I just buy it. I don't know why. So I can't put it in words exactly, but I view them as kind of parallel entities, and I am very much in the AOA kind of side of things as opposed to the Girls' Day side of things. I don't know exactly what is the difference in a sentence, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not trying to start any fan wars. Like, obviously, we think both groups are super attractive girls. It's just...
If you're going to go by attractiveness, I think Girls' Day is way prettier.
There you go. I for one, think AOA is prettier. But I like AOA's songs better than Girls' Day songs also.
I mean, for show.
And the way they're packaged is relatively the same, but in the details, I think I'm with you. I think I like AOA's packaging a little bit different.
Like, their outfits are usually much more... Classier is not necessarily the right word, but much more, like... simple. Like, I remember miniskirt. It was just like white shirt,
and
like red skirt.
That was really sexy.
And like, yeah, I get, Girls' Days usually have a lot of shit going on. I mean, except for something. Something was actually pretty
it had that really long like maxi skirt.
Yeah, but it was like one color, but and it worked. It worked. But like Female President was like, there was all sorts of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot of things going on there.
So, just our thoughts. But let's move on. But before we talk about this group, I do want to formally apologize before I get too angry. You might think I'm too angry right now, but...
Things are about to get really nasty.
Things are going to about to change.
I told Steven before this, I said, maybe we shouldn't talk about this because I'm going to say good things and you're going to get angry at me saying good things about this. Because Steven just abhors this song so much.
Yeah.
That we were almost not going to talk about it. But I have a lot of good things to say about it, so... Steven?
So the song is by a pretty well-known group. I think it's pronounced FX. With their song, Red Light. Now, since you have good things to say, let me make it clear that Josh is a big fan of FX. Way more than me.
Yes, it's true.
So you also have to keep that in mind that I haven't been a huge fan of FX for a while, so that contributes to my viewpoint.
Let's to your credit, you like.
I like old FX.
You like few XF songs.
I like
Hot
their
Summer,
first stuff.
Right, like Hot Summer. What's it like?
Sure, La Chata, Electric Shock. I'm okay with.
Electric Shock. Do you like New ABO?
New ABO. I'm okay with. But then after that, I mean, Electric Shock was kind of like one song that kind of brought me back a little bit.
Yeah.
But there was like a couple of songs in there that I was just like, I don't know what's going on.
Like Danger, Pinocchio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of that era. But let's have you talk about.
Should we start with the
Red
good?
Light.
I think we should start with.
Let's start with just the video.
Okay.
Just the video.
So before we delve into the song, let's just talk about the video. Yeah. I didn't have too many good things to say about the video. It's quite like avant-garde-ish. Like a lot of the stuff they're wearing is quote unquote very FX. It's strange. And strange,
they definitely took it a step further though.
Yeah, and strange is good sometimes, but for this music video, I think they used a little bit too many effects. They had kind of a good feel to begin with, and then the SM kind of like they SM'd it a little bit too much. I don't know how to really explain it.
They fucked with their shit too much.
Yeah, they just kind of too many lights, like a lot of visual noise at some points, and
a lot of noise is a very good thing to remember.
And like I don't really understand what the concepts they're going for besides like weirdness. I mean, I like what they're wearing. I mean, their outfits are pretty good and they look like amazing, but just it's a lot of things I just don't understand, and there's supposed to be like a really, really deep symbolism into it, but I don't necessarily like songs where I have to read like 3 pages worth of synopsis to understand like what the music video is about.
Symbolism doesn't equate to better.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that because they're like, oh, it's deep. Does not mean it's better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just because something is deep does not make it automatically good.
Yeah.
But I do like the dance, and I do like a lot of their looks, which is pretty strange because a lot of their looks are very kind of out there. The red hair made a comeback with Amber, and then Crystal sporting the blonde, and
there's a lot of funky hats.
And Luna has the blue, and Victoria has like the Natalie Portman in the professional haircut, and they have eye patches. Like I dig all of that stuff, but this video is just too much in my face. If that makes any sense, like.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Just a little bit too much.
Yeah, I will say for the video, I mean, for me it was like they took a Vogue photo shoot and they turned it into a video.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a good thing. I had the same sort of criticism for one of 21's videos, where it was just a lot of just striking images, and like if it was a photo spread and there was like 100 pictures of them in these outfits with these effects on it, it would look. That's a good look.
I think it was happy. Okay. I think it was happy.
It was not happy.
Wasn't happy.
Happy was just not good.
Wasn't happy.
It was the one where CL got naked in the tub. It was that one.
Oh, what's it like?
With like
lonely,
the Beehive Man.
Something lonely. I don't know what it's called.
But
I miss you.
So my thing is like they took something that I think works very well in photography. If it was like a student art project or like a non-traditional kind of grungy photography
very like
set.
Avant-garde kind of style, right?
Yeah. I mean
that kind of works, I think, in photography, like just kind of striking images. But when you have too many striking images, right?
It just doesn't work as a video. As a video, it's just too much junk in your face. And I will say, you said you like to dance. I didn't even really see them dance that much. Like in Rumpa Pum Pum, in a lot of FX videos, there are extended scenes of seeing them dance. That is not the case in this video.
I agree.
And you said you liked the dance that you saw. I didn't see a single thing I haven't seen them do before. I think there are some moves in here that I've seen before that they've done many times. It was just a slight variation of another move. At least that's what my stupid brain saw. So I don't know. That's the thing. Like when I think of FX, I think of yes, a box set. So I guess they kind of sort of got away from a box set, but not really.
It's still pretty much a box set.
Right. It was like they were stuck in a photo shoot. It was pretty much a nonstop photo shoot.
Instead of a box, it was a warehouse.
Yeah. So I think one time they were outside or something. So yeah, okay. But I usually think of like a dance. an extended look at their dance, usually very kind of FX-y.
Yeah.
I didn't get that from this.
And that's what you kind of like about FX videos, right?
Yeah.
Like the FX dance.
Because no other girl group dances like them.
Very true.
And, you know, their sound is also very them. It's very electronic, very unique. But I think if you take everything you said about the video, about it being too much noise, about there being too much things, that is my problem also with the music.
Yeah.
Like, there are parts of this song that are okay, maybe sort of salvageable. Not good, salvageable. But the chorus makes me want to shove 2 dicks in my ears and just have it. I can go further. I shouldn't have used dicks. It just makes my head.
We're talking about dicks
hurt.
a lot.
I'm sorry. Dicks are on my mind. Dicks are on my mind.
Dicks on my mind. Every day.
Like, I know I embellish a lot sometimes, but I was telling you when I heard it, I was like, I'm not embellishing. I'm being totally serious right now. I personally think this song is the worst K-pop song I've ever heard. Ever. And I hear maybe 1,000 songs a year.
That is so strong.
Like, I react so violently to this because I don't know if it's just my like innate like ADD or if it's my just I also have a hard time parsing through sounds because I was in drumline for a very long time and just fucked with my hearing. Like, there's just so much stuff in the chorus coming at me that I just don't know what to do. I just can't deal with it. It makes, like, I would have shut this song off in 10 seconds if I didn't have to finish it for this podcast. And I listened to it like 3 or 4 times. Like, it offended me. I don't mean like it called my mom a hoe. I just mean like I had such a violent...
It was abrasive to Steven.
Yes. And I'm trying to word this as calm as I can. I know there's so many people that love FX, and it's got 6 million hits. I would bet $1 million that if I can go back in time and this was a no-name group that no one's ever heard of, nobody would like this song. Okay, I don't want to say nobody. There's probably someone that likes it.
Oh, yeah.
I would bet my entire life savings on that fact. That no.
Okay, I'm going to talk now.
I'm sorry.
Steven,
send your hate mail to this week in K-pop.
Relax. Steven needs to relax. He needs to relax. So, honestly, when I first heard this song, I was like, this is not it, FX. The song wasn't very good on first listen. And then I downloaded the album just because I'm an FX fan. And I gave it a few listens. And this song did grow on me, but it's definitely not the best song on the album. I think I have like 2 or 3 songs that I think are better than this song on the album. And the album itself is a little bit lackluster when you compare it to Pink Tape, which was amazing. Pink Tape was just amazing. I bought a hard copy of Pink Tape.
And to put in perspective, I didn't like Pink Tape.
Yeah.
So it is also that... I'm sorry, I don't want to say I didn't like it. It didn't inspire me. It didn't appeal to you. So that also has something to do with it.
Yeah. But FX, this song, I will agree with Steven in some points that there are some points of this song where there's just a lot of, for lack of a better word, effects going on in the background that kind of muddle a lot of like what you're supposed to be hearing. And for me, I listen to a lot of music, and when I listen to things, sometimes I listen for just like the drum line or just the bass. And the bass and the drum line for this song is fantastic. Like, I love like the snare drum they have. I love the bass that's going on. And I do think some parts of it are quite catchy. But overall, this should not have been, in my opinion, the title track. The title track, if they were going to go with something like this theme, they should have done the song Dracula. Dracula is a much better song and kind of still fits the same concept. I think maybe because this song was easier to dance to or easier to choreograph that they chose this song. But I really don't understand why Steven is so appalled by this song, because I thought it was pretty good. On first listen, I thought it was And then I gave it a few listens, and I thought it was pretty good. Not great.
I mean, you use pretty good so liberally, like...
Well, when I say
it's
good,
crazy.
When I say good, I mean I'll listen to it again. And it also might mean that I am currently listening to it on my playlist, which is both true. And it just really... So me and Steven we were cacaoing each other earlier today, and I knew once I heard the song, Steven wasn't going to like it. And he's going to have a lot of things to say because Steven is not a big fan of, one, the creepy, scary, like Vix kind of concept.
But that was not this concept.
Yeah, but like it's kind of like...
Yeah, weird clothes, weird things.
Weird, like vein.
This is how bad that this was for me. I didn't give a fucking shit about their outfits, man. Like, they're all beautiful girls. You know, people think that when I say I don't like the outfit, that means they're not beautiful or anything. Like, when you're beautiful, you can wear what the fuck you want. Doesn't make the costumes better. I didn't care about that. It didn't even occur to me to talk about the costumes because of other things.
It surprised me so much when Steven said, this is the worst K-pop song I've ever heard. And I said, no, you're just being Steven and you're just exaggerating. And he said, no, this is the worst K-pop song I've ever heard. He was so strong about it that I had to listen to it again. And I said, no, I think it's okay, actually.
So here's where some people misunderstand me. Because I'll say stuff like that maybe about like a TV show or a movie.
Yeah.
There are thousands and thousands of songs that are generic, throwaway songs that I heard one, I heard a million of them. Okay. For me, that doesn't make it a good song. It just makes it a blah song. Okay. Yeah. For me to say it's a bad and actively bad song, usually to me that means that they try to do something different. They try to do something more. Or for example, they're FX and they should have done something more. And it's an expectation thing. So I think when I say it's the worst song ever, like, I'm sure you're thinking, oh, there's so many songs that I heard once and couldn't give a fuck, right? But for me, those are just generic whatever songs. That doesn't make it a bad song. Like, when it comes on, I may change the channel or change the song, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I can't listen to this anymore. I think I know how to explain my thing. There's a reason I like Brave Sound.
Yep.
The reason I like Brave Sound is because his songs are very clear. They're very basic. There's a very distinct melody. There's a very distinct like beat. And my favorite Brave Sound songs all have some kind of like hootie-doot in it, or a woo-woot in it, or like some onomatopoeia.
Like,
right. Yeah. I like that. In this song, like, I can't focus on anything in this song. Like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, that's a melody somewhere in there, but it's overshadowed by like a blah, 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 you know? For me, another example would be like, I know there's millions of people that like screamo music. Maybe not millions.
Screamo, dubstep, like kind of that type of music.
Just a different genre of music than me. Like
where the melody is
a metal song. I don't understand that because it just sounds like so much shit is coming at me that I just can't handle it. Dubstep I don't put in that category because dubstep is usually pretty simple. It's very clear in dubstep or most EDM of like, this is the melody, this is the drop, this is a shit ton of bass. As you said, the bass is fine. I mean, a lot of FX songs have really good bass. They have really good snare. It has a decent kind of backbeat, but then somebody turned on the knob of like random crazy noise shit.
Effects, yeah.
And instead of stopping at 2, he went to 7,000. And, you know, there's not much more I can say about that.
Long story short, Steven has very sensitive ears. If you're just going to put a lot of like effects and noise into your music, Steven will not like it.
I won't like it. A good example would be there's a SHINee song that has a lot of just noise in it. I just really didn't like it. Until everybody came along and I'm like, all right, I'm back in. I'm back in, SHINee. So, you know, I'm not going to be like, I fucking hate FX for the rest of my life. But I am really interested in what other people think. I mean, I'm definitely probably in the minority.
Yeah, because when this song and this album came out, it kind of swept the charts. And that, honestly, it surprised me a little bit because FX is popular, but not necessarily sweeping the charts popular with a song of this caliber.
But everything sweeps the charts for... well, not everything. almost every A tier or B tier groups. I mean, Darlings swept the charts. I mean, like my barometer since I'm in Korea now is like, do I hear students playing it? Do I hear students singing it? And not once have I ever heard this song. Because it's not a singable song. I mean,
it's not a singable song.
It's not a song you just put on when you're doing some work, or, you know, like, for example, my students were playing Sun Me Full Moon for like 8 years because it has that brave sound boop doop in it. Where everyone can sing to it. It's happy. It just doesn't, it's just not here. Like, yeah.
I thought it was okay.
All right, moving on.
Steven didn't like it.
Let's move on to Happier Days.
Happier Days.
This is going to be a long-ass podcast.
This is going to long. We're not even halfway through, and we've talked about 50 minutes already. Yeah. Sorry.
But let's talk about the fifth song. What is this?
Our fifth song is Ra.D with Fly Away.
Yeah, one of our listeners, Rafa, shout-outs. One of our best listeners. Mm-hmm. A long time ago on Twitter, she asked me, you know, what do you think about Ra.D? And what does Josh think about Ra.D? So now's the time. Should you or should you not wear a condom, Josh?
Ra.D is like one of my favorite composers. So the way Steven feels about Brave Sound, Brave Brothers, that is Ra.D. Ra.D puts out a song, and I'm like, I like it. That's it. He's like, when I turned the song on, the first 10 seconds of it, I put this in like, yes, I want to talk about this. Because it was just so good. It was just, the song is so good. It's definitely my style, my tastes in songs. And the music video itself is just about him skydiving and all that. So it's kind of boring. That's why I kind of chose like G.o.D over this, because it's rare that we see a music video that we like that much. But this song is just amazing. If I have to say favorite song without music video, like excluding music video, this would be my song of the week. And I mean, I'm a really big Ra.D fan. I like the way he composes his songs and he arranges his songs. And
his voice does things that are just
magical.
To make your heart flutter a little bit.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, I'm not a gigantic fan of Ra.D like you are. I mean, I've only heard the one song that you sing in Norbang all the damn time.
All the time.
And that's a great song. I think this song is not as great as that song.
No. I'm in Love. That's the song.
Yeah. But it's a very different type of song. But I did really, really like this song. I mean, it has such a distinct sound to it. I mean, his voice is really, really good. And I actually didn't think the video was that boring. I mean, yeah, it's kind of him. Like, at first, he's doing like weird poses. You're like wondering what he's going to do. And, you know, it turns out he's going to skydive. And the skydiving part is actually really cool. Like, I thought they filmed it really well. He actually skydives with a bunch of chingas. Like, it was pretty good. I mean, would I rather watch a box video, a bunch of dudes dancing? No, I'd rather watch this. But that being said, you know, there's not much to it other than that, you know. But the song is really good. I don't know, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, sometimes it's something so good, it's like,
it's just good. Go listen to this song. I mean, this song has like less than 100,000 views, and that is wrong.
Like, FX got 7 million.
All right. We're done talking about FX.
I'm sorry.
Steven.
Let me use someone else. FX got 7 million. This song's got 60,000. That's fucking crazy.
Steven.
Sorry. It doesn't matter. Even if I decently enjoyed FX, it makes me sad a little bit how small.
Honestly, it does make me sad a little bit because I like this song infinitely more times than Red Light. Red Light was an okay to good song for me. And this song was, when I heard it for the first time, it was love. Yeah. It was love.
So if, you know, we're going to talk about a lot of songs this week. So if there's only one song you want to go out of your comfort zone to listen to again, you really, really should try Ra.D. It's R.A.D. Fly Away.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's wonderful. I don't know what to say. Please go listen to the song. Please.
Yeah, I think there's probably only like 2 or 3 songs I'll download this week, and this is definitely gonna be one of them.
And an off chance you hate this song as much as Steven hates Red Light.
You can't.
Red Light, you can.
You cannot like this song, but there's no way you can be like, man, this song almost made me want to throw up.
You can.
No.
You can. I mean, there are going to be people like you, Steven.
There are also people who rape children, but
Are you saying you're
No, I'm not. I'm saying that's why I try not to say nobody will like FX.
You just heard
people will like it.
Steven doesn't like red light, so he likes to touch boy penis. You heard it. You heard it here.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a confession. FBI is gonna come in through. Oh no, we're in Korea. What do they have here? I don't know, but
they just have K-pop stars that bust in your door and be like, "Yo, we're Big Bang. Don't touch children. See you. T.O.P. out."
You think T.O.P. would come and talk to a pedophile like you, Steven?
I don't know. G-Dragon wouldn't scare me at all, but T.O.P. shows up, I might be a little scared, man.
I guess. Scare you straight.
Like Taeyong, I'd be like, cut those dreads, bro. Like, you don't scare me. Come on. Anyways, this is about time where we usually talk about kind of reviews on iTunes, but we didn't get any new ones in the last 2 weeks. So if you're a listener of this podcast, it really, really, really does help us, number one, show up better on the search results, and just... I mean, it just makes us feel better if we get more feedback. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect feedback. Doesn't have to be, you know, it's your opinions. But it would be great if you would rate us on iTunes. If you're not doing it in the United States, just tell me so I can find the country you do it in. You can talk to me on Twitter. Is probably the best at This Week in K-Pop. But we also want to mention that I know a lot of you guys are probably on summer break right now. You know, in America, what do you get? 3 months of summer vacation. Maybe you're in college. It's even longer. You're having fun. We are still teaching. Summer break in Korea is about 3 to 4 weeks. It's like 3.5 weeks for me, I think. So our summer break is coming up next week, which means...
And I'm going home. I'm going home.
So Josh going back to America for 2 weeks.
For about 2 weeks.
Which means we won't be able to record. So it's probably going to be about 3 weeks, I think. 3.5 weeks before we can record our next episode.
Yeah.
Which we're sorry about. That's why we kind of jam-packed this one. It's going to be probably going to be a big-ass double-sized one. And I'm going to be here because I got no money.
He's poor.
Yeah, I got to go back home to America in November because one of my friends, or two of my best friends, are getting married. So I can't go during the summer. But I'm sure you're going to eat a lot of good food.
I made a list of all the foods I'm going to eat.
You're gonna,
when I come back, look out. I'm going to be fat.
And I'm also going to eat good food in Korea because all the food in Korea is so good. But seriously, I miss me some shit.
I'm gonna be fat.
Bring me some stuff. Like, freeze dry some shit.
Like what? Just like actual shit? You want me to freeze dry actual shit?
I mean, after you eat all the good food, then shit? I mean, maybe. You know, whatever.
Steven's a freak. You heard it. He doesn't like red light. He likes touching boy penis, and he eats shit.
If this is your first podcast, guys, we don't normally talk about all this kind of stuff, but it's kind of late, and, you know, we do what we do.
It's not late. It's like midnight.
I'm just, it's kind of late. I'm actually tired. It's Monday, man. I had a long Monday.
Oh.
It's hot in Korea, man.
Oh.
All right, well, let's move on to the second half of the songs. And let's talk about my favorite song of the last 2 weeks.
What is your favorite song this week?
Yeah, and I will say, to preface that, this is probably not what most people would pick as the best song of the last 2 weeks. But
definitely not.
I really enjoyed this song. The video is maybe. But this is by a group you may not know, but they're called Fiestar with their song One More.
Hanato.
Now, there's 2 reasons. Number one, this is not a Brave Sound joint, surprisingly. But as I said, a reason I really like Brave Sound songs is because they repeat something, and I like that. This song has that.
So, I mean, the reason why a lot of people will like rap, hip-hop, is that rap and hip-hop will have very clear like melody and beat and backing tracks or whatever they have, and it goes on repeat. And repetition in a lot of pop songs is very important.
But here's the thing, because I thought about it. I was like, why do I like this song so much?
Yep.
The thing is, like, that this song does that a lot of other songs don't do, even Brave Sound songs, is that even sometimes in Brave Sound songs, the non-chorus parts are kind of boring. But what this song does is it repeats the chorus main line in the verses. And it like has this like added like catchiness during the whole entire song that I actually surprisingly enjoyed a lot when I was listening to it. And I think a lot of people are going to look at this, they're like, oh, it's another group going to Sexy Town. I'm just gonna write them off, which a lot of people do in the comments. But this song just really captured me. Way more captured me than Girls' Days Darling. It's not a summer song though. It's a pretty opposite of a summer song. Yeah. It's, if you read the lyrics, which you can,
they're quite suggestive
because it's a 1-K and they keep with it. It's all about what?
It's all about having sex and having another round of sex. Hanado.
One more time.
One more time. Once more.
Which, yeah, in K-pop, I mean, that's a little bad. But, I mean, growing up in America, whatever. Who cares?
So for me, this song, when I heard this song for the first time, this is the song where I thought, Steven's going to love this song. Just because me and Steven, you know, we've been doing this for quite a while now, and we kind of have an idea of what each other's tastes are.
We overlap decently well.
And I thought this song was quite catchy as well. Except for the fact that when I heard this song, read the lyrics, and just looked at the concept, I thought to myself, is this a Brown Eyed Girls song? Like, is this supposed to be Brown Eyed Girls? Because Brown Eyed Girls kind of
pushes.
They have that niche in that they are the, like, we're really, you know, sexual, and we're gonna put it out there. We don't really care who cares. Yeah. You know, we don't care, right? Yeah. Like, we're gonna be sexy. Sexualism is beautiful.
There's a lot of, like, I mean, the theme in the video is like peepholing, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty sexually suggestive, but
and they're like rolling around beds.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of rolling, but here's the thing: their choreography though is not that sexual. It's not. They're not doing any of the butt rubbing. They're not doing any breast rubbing. Like, you need to watch it again. It's really weird.
They do like this and like this a lot.
Not really. Like, I really think you should watch it again because the overall
play it again, sir.
The overall package is really sexual.
Although super sexual.
Although many other girl groups have done this exact same thing. Like Rainbow Cha-Cha.
Yeah.
Rainbow Blacks was, I think, worse than this. But the actual choreography and stuff is really not that bad. Like, for example, I mean, Girls' Day literally is them shaking their ass for 8 seconds, right? Which they've done in Female President. They've done in many songs, right? Mm-hmm. They do a lot of kind of bending over and kind of like a little wavy things. Mm-hmm. But in the actual choreography, they don't do anything that's overtly like, look at my tits, look at my crotch, and look at my ass. Now, some of the other parts in the videos, they do that. Like, literally this girl's in a cleaning closet, like, waiting for you to come have sex with her. Right? But I think the video kind of crosses that a little bit. But in general, it's really not as bad as people are saying.
So I'm with you, Steven, on the choreography. I thought it was... So I understand your point. I thought it was very, very sexy. But Steven is right in that they did not, like, over hype or over sensualize, like, sexual moves. Like, the moves that they did were very, very subtle and, like, in my opinion, very, very sexy. Yeah. Like this little, like, this and, like, little
they're like they're rubbing little arms a little bit. I mean, it's definitely sexual.
It's definitely sexual, but not over sexualized, if that makes sense. So when Steven said, like, oh yeah, this dance is like not very sexual, I was like, what are you talking about? This song was very sexual for me, but not in the aspect of, like, you know, look what I got here. Look what I got here. I got crotch and I got boobs in your face.
Like, a good example, I think, for me is, like, there's a reason I like Fiestar a lot. Is because, like, you know, the best summer song of all time. I'm sorry, the second best summer song of all time.
Shut your mouth about that hot meal. I don't want to do that.
No, the second best one is Lovin' You, right? Yeah. For Fiestar. And they're wearing some skimpy ass outfits in that. But, like, their choreography is never, in general, is never, like, the best part about Gone Not Around Any Longer is they're just, like, shimmying on a fucking block. But it's so damn sexy because they do it so damn well.
They're just rubbing their butt on a table.
They're not, like, shaking your ass directly in the camera with the camera zoomed in on your ass. Like, they're not doing that. And I think that's a key difference that some people may or may not give a shit about. I will say I have an unnecessarily gigantic obsession with the main girl in this.
Oh, yeah, he loves that girl. Like, I like the rapper.
Oh.
I like this girl. He likes the main girl.
I mean, there are definitely many good-looking girls in here, but the main girl, I think her name's Faye. I don't know. But we used to watch. They used to have a little YouTube
Fiestar,
show.
Eh? Aha!
Yeah, where they would teach like a slang word in Chinese,
and Korean,
and English. And ever since I watched it, I was like, this girl's so pretty, I just can't handle it. And that's my one K-pop moment.
Don't tell your girlfriend.
My girlfriend may or may not kill me. But
she'll kill him.
So that may sauce it a little bit.
He likes her.
That lipstick though. Whew. But the thing is, that's not why I think this is good for me. I like catchiness. Catchiness is my big thing, and this song was definitely the most catchy. Ra.D's was a close second. Solo Day, Darling aren't really that close to catchy. Saturday Night is not that catchy, but the video is awesome. And then there was another song I don't remember.
This song is not that catchy, Steven. It is really not that catchy. It is a good song. I'm not gonna deny that. But when I heard this song, I didn't say to myself, "Oh, I gotta download this."
See, and what boggles my mind is that I don't think for you there's not much difference between Red Light and this. I think you might actually like Red Light better than this, and that just blows my fucking mind. Like, that is like someone saying that the piece of shit they found in their toilet.
Okay, Steven, enough with the Red Light. God damn it. Can we move past Red Light?
Okay.
God damn it, Steven. We understand you don't like the song. You don't gotta be like, this song is good because Red Light sucks.
I was just trying to comment on that. For you, they're not that much different, and that makes me sad. Because I really like this song.
Now, what makes you sad is that I have any sort of good things to say about Red Light.
No, I mean...
Okay, promise me now. Steven, promise me now. No more talk about Red Light for this rest of this podcast.
Yeah, all right.
Promise me. You heard it.
No more.
No more.
All right, moving on.
Limit the negativity.
Moving on. We're going to the Brave Sound train we go.
The Brave Sound. Choo-choo. The next song is Davichi with Don't Move. Now, Davichi have very, very Davichi sounding songs. They have a very specific style, very specific sound, and when they sing, we like it most of the time, but sometimes it can get quite boring. But when you add Davichi and a little bit of Brave Sound,
I don't know where that's from.
That's
your Brave Sound?
No. That's my impression of Justin Timberlake doing an impression of Barry Gibb.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, I will say, Davichi did have a collaboration with Brave Sound before. I think the song was called Again.
Was it for his anniversary project?
No.
No.
This was, I think, 2 singles ago for Davichi. Mm-hmm. And that song sounded like a knockoff Fiestar song. And we only say that because Davichi is not a Fiestar group. Like, they're like ballad singers, they're vocal singers, they have power. Now, you said they do have some boring kind of OST songs, but one of my favorite songs with Davichi was one with Verbal Jint.
I think we talk about that every time we talk about Davichi.
Yeah, it's called Be Warned because it adds a little bit of another genre in there with the vocals of Davichi. And I think that they did a pretty good job in this of putting in a little bit of Brave Sound stank on it.
Stank. Oh, Brave Sound stank.
Yeah, but also allows them to put more vocal power into the song, which I think they do. Now, it's not like... It's a song where we're getting to the point where Brave Sound, he just makes too many fucking songs.
He
is fucking up his own shit.
He really hit that peak this year. Like, honestly, you're producing way too many songs, and your sound is just too similar to everything right now. And you need to, like, cool it. You better be making cash because I better not hear any of your songs next year. That's like...
Yeah, I don't think anyone will because he's literally every 2 weeks, there's 3 Brave Sound songs at least.
Yeah, and there's one time where I think, Jiyeon, Gina, and who was the third person?
Anyway.
I think it might be... But they all had Brave Sound songs and they're all promoting at the same time. And it's like...
Yeah. Like, number one, you're cannibalizing your own... I mean, I'm sure he gets paid the same amount no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he doesn't care. But you know, I think this is a great song. Like, I think Davichi is a great song, but I think even me, who's a lover of Brave Sound, is a little, like...
This is too much.
A little too much. A little too much.
You need to slow it down.
Yeah. Now, I still think it's a great song. The video...
So boring. So boring.
Like, boring. Just boring. Like, the Davichi Again one, it was about like 2 dudes, and there was a girl and 1 guy. Even though it was a triangle, it was something. That was still boring. This is literally like 2-3 scenes of like slow motion.
Them riding bikes with headphones.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning of this video, for like maybe 20 seconds or something, I was like, is something wrong with my YouTube? Like, they're not moving.
Is it on like a 10th speed by accident?
No, it was just that boring.
Yeah. But I will say I am going to download songs. I usually give most Brave Sound songs a chance. And I do think it is definitely above the next song we're going to talk about, which is also a Brave Sound song, because it has the added benefit of having the Davichi power in it. So I am decently okay with Davichi's Don't Move.
I am almost...
You're very meh on it, right?
I'm a little bit more meh than you. I do like the pairing of Davichi and Brave Sound, but I've just heard a lot of Brave Sound recently. And I actually like the next song because it's more catchy than this song to me. But this is just kind of middle of the road. I feel like if this came out at a different time, like last year or something, I would have liked it a lot better. Yeah. But it's just that the mood of the type of music that I want to listen to right now is just not this. If that makes any sense to people.
There are literally 8 better Brave Sound songs that sound similar but better. Yeah. That you can choose from at any moment.
Yeah, because for me, I go through seasons of music. Like, I'll have like a favorite band or whatever, and I won't listen to them for a very, very long time. And then 1 month will come, and I listen to nothing but that artist for like a really long time. Like, I'll have spans where I just listen to nothing but the Beatles, or I listen to nothing but Jimi Hendrix, or I listen to nothing but Muse, or like, OK Go or something. And I'm just not in the mood to hear this song, if that makes any sense.
I can get it. I mean, you're definitely more on a Brave Sound like tilt,
yeah,
than I am, even though I am sort of. Yeah. But let's start with the next song, because I think the next song also sums up a lot of what I said today very well.
Yeah.
And that song is by a girl that you may or may not like, from a group that gets nothing but shit nowadays. But her name's Hyo Min, with her song Nice Body. Now, this song is also a Brave Sound song. Mm-hmm. And also her T-ara mate was also a Brave Sound song, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Now, for me, number one, the message of this video is fucking atrocious. Like, it is atrocious.
So this song is just, the backing track is just so catchy to me. It's very simple. It's very like electronic. Do, 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 do. I like really like that, but I just cannot stomach this video for one, and I cannot stomach these lyrics for two, or this like image or concept that they're portraying is what I think is so wrong with K-pop in general, with celebrities in general. This song epitomizes like my hatred for this image of you have to starve yourself and be pretty. If you're not pretty, you're shit. If you're not pretty, you're not gonna have a boyfriend, girlfriend. If you're not pretty, you ain't worth shit. Like, you have nothing going for you if you're not pretty. And I fucking hate that about K-pop. I fucking hate that about like being celebrities. And this song is like, I just hate the message. I just hate it.
All right, well, let's start more positive. Like, okay. I think we can break this down. First, there's the song.
There's a song.
Now, the song, you've already talked about the song, right? Yeah. For me, the song, you say the backing track's great, but like, I think it's one of the weaker Brave Sound backing tracks.
It is.
The chorus itself is pretty catchy, but the chorus is so short. It is one of the shortest choruses, especially of a Brave Sound song that I've heard in a long time. Yeah. And this is a prime example of the verses and the rest of it couldn't give less of a shit. It's boring.
Because, in my opinion, Hyomin can't really sing, so she's kind of sing-talking. Yeah. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's what she's doing the whole time.
Yeah, there's nothing that I take away from that.
Like,
while on the other side, for me, Davichi, like, they can sing, and they put a little bit more personality into their song. There's no personality in this song.
There's none.
Even in the video, there's no personality, I don't think. But now let's talk about the video. Just the choreography and the overall image. What did you think about that? Before we get to the messagey part.
The image is shit. Like...
For a song, let me be angry. Like, for a song called Nice Body, like, I just watched Fiestar's video.
They have much nicer bodies.
Much, like, less skanky. Like, she has a nice body. I'm not saying she doesn't have a nice body, but the outfit she was wearing, like, kind of skankalicious.
Images are shit. Like
and her hair is just... What were they thinking?
Like, she was wearing a shirt that was, like, all sequins. Yep. And she has, like, maybe 3 or 4 shirts in this music video that are just all sequins and, like, really, really gaudy. Yeah. And I can understand, like, gaudy fashion is kind of coming back, and it's a little bit popular, but it just
doesn't work for me for a song, especially like this.
It just doesn't work for me. Like, and there's just too many, like...
And then they took the butt dancing that we didn't really like in Girls' Day,
and it's just like blah,
made
blah, 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 blah,
made
blah,
it
blah, blah.
worse. Like she's kind of twerking a little bit in the beginning. Yeah. The song ends with her like just shaking her butt across the beam, which again, if I want to watch a porn, if I want to rub one out later on, I get it. That's fine.
If you're gonna rub one out, just rub one out.
But... Or there's just much better things to look at. I'm just saying that just doesn't have a place. I just don't. It just wasn't sexy. It's not sexy to me. Everybody's different. It was not sexy to me when it looks like she's trying too hard to be sexy. And Hyomin, definitely, she's just trying way too fucking hard, man.
And this is not an attack on Hyomin. Because... Right. In my opinion, Hyomin is very, very, very attractive.
Yeah, she's one of the prettiest girls in T-ara, at least.
But I think the problem was that the people behind this concept and this music video and this whole song, I don't know if it was Brave Brothers or whatever. Like, shame on you. Like, seriously.
I don't think Brave Sound has anything, any control over like
the concept
she wears in her,
like. You missed the mark on so many things in this song. One, you took Hyomin, who is a very, very attractive girl, and you kind of... I read some things about how she felt like really self-conscious about this song because when she heard the title was called Nice Body, she immediately started dieting. And to me, Hyomin was already very attractive, and there's no reason for her to diet at all. And just hearing that was like, okay, that's pretty bad as is. And then 2, they dress her up in like a fat suit and like...
Yeah, so that brings us to the message. And I don't know Korean, right? I didn't read the lyrics. There are some commenters that are like, you don't understand the point of it. But from what I gleaned from this video, it pretty much looked like she was fat. She ate a magic
She dreamed
donut.
about eating a magic donut.
Okay, she dreamed about it. And then she's skinny and pretty, and her life's way better.
And she wakes up and she's depressed.
And she wants to start exercising. And it's pretty much just saying, yo, be hot, be skinny, your life good. Which is not true. It is slightly true, but it's not true. It's just such a bad message to send to girls. I mean, K-pop already has an underlying message of like, you gotta look good, you gotta look like this. And this is just right on the nose of like,
Yeah, whoever thought of this song, like, shame on you. Like, it's a fucking shame this has like 500,000 hits, and like Ra.D has like 60,000, and this is just not.
What's also a shame to me is like, the stellar gets a lot of shit for being the stick that broke the camel's back.
Stellar. That video, infinitely better than this.
Yeah. I mean, that video has its own problems, and we've talked at length about it. But, like, this one is so clearly just like, hey, fucking ugly girls and fat girls, your life sucks. This is how you make it better. And it's like, is that?
Like, shame on you. Shame on you. Like, shame. Yeah, I'm done.
Shame.
I'm done. You're not going to talk about Red Light anymore. I'm not going to talk about this song anymore.
It's a shame that I'm actually surprised that this song doesn't have as more dislikes. It really surprised me that it actually doesn't have that many.
It makes me sad, actually. It makes it quite sad.
But, yeah. So, there's your Brave Sound duo for this episode. Let's move on.
So, we're sorry to whoever Steven offended with his comments about Red Light, and I am sorry whoever I offended
let's be clear.
Comments about
a lot of people don't like T-ara, and a lot of people don't like Hyomin, but everyone likes that fact, man. I'm gonna get shit on.
Yeah, usually Steven gets shit on regardless.
Literally in Girls' Day something, you were like, I don't really like it. I don't think it's very good and whatever. And nobody mentioned it. No, I don't think we got a single comment that was like, Josh don't know what he's talking about. They were all like, oh my god, that. I shouldn't say all like. There's a lot of you guys that are so great and leave such great comments and kind of understand us, and we're very, very thankful for you guys. But let's move on. Let's move on to the next song.
So our next song is by Kim Hyun-joong with Beauty Beauty.
Now this song is definitely just on a different road than the rest of the songs we're talking about.
Yeah.
Kim Hyun-joong is he what boy band was he in? Was he in SS501? Am I making that up?
I can't remember where he's from, but he is famous.
he's doing pretty good for himself as a solo artist recently. Yeah. But now for me, this song it does sound very different, but I thought the song was okay. I didn't think it was amazingly well. I probably won't download it. But I thought the song matched really well with the music video.
I agree with you on that one.
It wasn't as funny and amazing as like Saturday Night, but it's a video where, once again, he's not sitting in a box. It's not just shots of him dancing and shots of his face. It is like, I mean, longtime listeners know I have a penchant for one-shot videos. And while this is not a one-shot videos, but it's pretty close. It has that feel. It has the feel of like people actually... They're like, we need to make a video. You know what? Let's not just copy what every boy band or boy video is from the last 10 years. And let's try to do something different. And I think they make a very pleasant, very summertime kind of fun song and video.
Yeah.
Like, it's got shots of him being badass and, looking good, I guess, in his two-tone hair, and it's got a shot, I think, a really pretty girl. But it's got some cool effects in it. We disagree a little bit on the girl.
Yeah. So, I really like the song. This is one of my favorite songs of this week. If you haven't heard of this song, like, please go listen to it. It is a very good song. The music video, I like it because they use a lot of different sets, a lot of different props, and just a lot of different, like, things. Like, they have a lot of animations. They have, like, things like are popping, and he's going in and out, and he's interacting a lot with like props and people, and just
like it's amazing how much more you can glean from something when there's not a cut every 5 seconds.
Yeah,
like that's why I like one-shot things so much, because you get a look at the people, you get a focus on them, you're not getting like assaulted, this whole time. Mm-hmm. I will say this video is pretty much the Korean way of kind of hitting on girls, which is in America is kind of just stalking them and being a little overbearing. In Korea, girls kind of prefer that. I'm talking generally.
Generally. Don't listen to Steven.
The thing is, in America, it works too. Pretty much it works everywhere if you're good looking. Right? Like, if this dude was not good looking and he was following this girl this whole time, not cool. But if he is good looking...
A little bit more
cool.
Which is not okay.
It's not okay, but plenty of people do it. And, I mean, that's what this whole video is. He sees a cute girl, and he just pretty much follows her the whole time. And, like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's a little creeper.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I'm not a big fan of necessarily videos that have like a guy just like chasing a girl relentlessly.
Sure.
Or like a group of like guys just chasing a girl relentlessly, because we've seen a whole bunch of them. The whole underlying tones aside, we've seen a whole bunch of them.
Sure.
But what I do have to say about this music video, the way they shoot it, the cuts that they choose, and the directing, and
like they go through cars.
They go through cars.
They like do a lot of turns.
A lot of like ins and outs.
Yeah.
And like it's very vibrant. A lot of people. They use a lot of effects. Those are pretty difficult to incorporate. Yeah. And it's just, in my opinion, a very well directed video.
And he looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
Like he's not putting on his I'm going hard face, which he does. Like some of his other videos, like I've seen, and it's very much kind of like a generic, male artist video. But this one was really kind of a breath of fresh air. He's not wearing weird shit. Like even his hair, like I've seen people in Korea have hair like that.
I almost did that hair actually. Like my last haircut, I almost did a 2-tone bleach top.
Oh my god!
I almost did it.
Oh my god! I thank the Lord, baby G-Dragon, that you didn't do
it. Baby G-Dragon.
And at the end, they put in a little like behind the scenes, which I love because especially on a one-shot video or like something that required a lot of cinematography, like aside from EXO's growl, like most cinematography in a K-pop video is just this. You know, it's just like close up your face. Now we're good. Now here, you know. But like this required actual filmmaking and it's
a lot
really
of pre-thought and a lot of things.
All right, well, let's move on to the last major song we're going to talk about this week, and that is by a group. They used to be 4 girls, but now they're only 3, and it's a group called Tiny G with their song "Ice Baby."
Ice, ice, baby.
Now, Tiny G, I mean, Tiny G has always been sort of popular, but after one of the members...
Reply 1994.
Yeah, it was in Reply 1994. They kind of skyrocketed, sort of. But then one of their members left. So this is the kind of introduction again back to the masses after the Reply 1994. And boy, it's a weird video.
So, should we talk about the video first before we talk about the song?
I mean, the song, I don't have that much to say. I enjoy the song. I think the song's pretty good.
I enjoy the song.
I think there's a weird rappy parts in it that don't really fit, but that also ties in kind of to the video.
Yeah.
But it's still, my introduction to Tiny G was with their song Mini Miny Mo, which is a totally different song than this.
It's definitely a different feel.
And part of me, when I watched them,
snap! Something went wrong.
Internet's. Part of it is like when I watch Ariana Grande, like she's an amazing singer, but she looks like a little kid.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that kind of happens here too, where it's like, I don't.
Yeah, the way I look at this video, it's like this video is kind of playing to like guys having a Lolita fetish, like little like pocket.
I wasn't going there.
Like pocket. I mean. They're like...
The outfits they're wearing.
Their outfits are very...
Like if you're a Japanese, like, maid cafe.
Yeah.
Or one of those cafes where you can go and pay them and you can lie down in their laps for like...
Like a lot of lace and like flowers in their
90s.
hair.
Yeah.
And like they're wearing like 90s and dancing with like pillows that look like sunny side up eggs.
Yeah.
And...
But then when the rapping starts, it all of a sudden turns into like...
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
You're like
Sorry.
Breaking my internet. It like turns into this like what's up rap group kind of thing, and it's like it's so weird and it's so jarring and it's so strange.
You're just like, what?
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're like little girls going to sleep, we're maids, and it's like, yo, what up? Here we go, crunk in this bitch, and it's like,
get my ratchet on,
what the hell is happening?
Get my ratchet on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I mean, one girl, I think she's really, really cute actually, but she is so dark and it's so, not bad, but especially in Korea and in K-pop, it's so jarring to see that sometimes. And it was just kind of strange.
So I'll put this out that she is my favorite member actually in this group. It's just really weird to see her do all the the cutesy stuff because to me she looks more comfortable doing like the more
hip hop,
hip hop ratchet style stuff.
Yeah.
And
it goes from like all white, right? All white gowns, white room, white pillows, and it's like, yeah, we hitting this bitch, and it's like, what's happening?
Like, I have friends who dress like that, and like, I would not expect them to wear like lacy stuff that they're wearing, like that. You don't
know what they do in the bedroom,
and they look just as weird. They would look just as weird as she does, and uncomfortable, I think, as she does,
right,
wearing the things that she is, because that smile looks really, really forced.
Yeah, I think the Mini Mighty Mo style actually seemed like it fit them really well. It was like a little like more urban, but they were also doing like some like b-boying and stuff, and like it was really weird. So it was strange to see them kind of like this, but I actually really enjoyed the song. Like, surprisingly so. I actually really enjoyed it. I probably will download it, which is crazy to me, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. But dang, they look like little girls sometimes, man. Oh, there she's crumping. Like, so weird. What are you doing?
It's more normal.
I guess so. But yeah, so that's Tiny G. It's a weird world where I'm downloading Tiny G and Fiestar and Davichi, but I probably won't download B1A4, Girls' Day, and They Who May Not Be Named.
They Who May Not Be Named.
Yeah. So we reached the sort of end to this long podcast.
An hour and a half already.
So we're gonna kind of rush through this lightning round.
Yep.
So the lightning round is kind of when we talk about a video that we kind of only have like a handful of sentences to say.
Yeah. They either don't have a music video or we just feel like, oh, the song was good, and that's pretty much it.
Or it was bad. So let's start with the first lightning round song, and that is by a group called C-Clown with their song Let's Love. Now, I actually, of all the boy groups that kind of debuted, and almost all of them were talking about lightning round, I think I actually like the C-Clown song the best. Doesn't make it a great song, but I think it was the only one with a kind of a personality to it.
I'm almost with you on that one, because I think C-Clown released that song that had like the old Korean instruments before.
Yeah.
And they've kind of been like, oh yeah, I respect them for what.
No, that wasn't C-Clown.
That was C-Clown.
I think that was Top Dog.
Top Dog?
I can't be true.
I can't be bothered. But I like Top Dog if they're the ones that are doing that. And C-Clown,
I don't know.
They're okay.
Yeah, I mean, I give them more props for being a little bit different. I mean, it's a little of the I'm going hard persona, but, you know, whatever.
The song is okay.
I was decently okay with their song.
Music video is okay.
I was listening to it while he was pooping, and I was like, it's not that bad.
The song's okay. Music video's okay. Don't really have much to say about it.
All right, moving on.
Next song is Airplane with Back to the Future. Now, this song is a great song. Music video is boring, but it's a great song. Give it a listen. I liked Airplane from the last song they released. I can't remember which one it was, but Airplane.
They're like two rappers and one singer.
Yeah.
And they surprisingly have some really good. Their debut song is actually one of my favorite songs of last year.
Yeah.
I can't
that's
remember
the song I'm thinking about. I can't remember what it's called, but it's definitely Airplane.
But this song doesn't sound like their other songs. It has kind of like a rock kind of punk rock kind of feel to it. It was pretty surprising and actually surprisingly okay.
Yeah. So give it a listen if you haven't already.
Yeah.
But
moving
really
on,
much to say about it.
Yeah, moving on. We got 100% with their song "You Beauty."
You Beauty.
I actually didn't like this song that much. I mean, I did not like it. I thought it was kind of generic, but you.
So the song is pretty bleh. It's quite boring. Very forgettable.
I don't think it was bad.
It's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's just I don't remember what it sounds like, and I won't remember what it sounds like even if I listen to this song 10 times. But what really caught my attention is the choreography and how they execute their moves. The choreography was very sharp, very synchronized, and a lot of their moves involved like a lot of like fanning and like a lot of member interaction, and I really, really like that. I remember watching this music video, and I said, "Oh yeah, these guys like dance pretty well. Too bad the song is not very good."
Yeah, I didn't think their choreography was that special, so
yeah. That's pretty much it.
All right, moving on.
So the next song is Mose. I don't know how you say that. Mose, featuring Hanhae of Phantom, right? With Let's Not Meet Again.
Yeah, this song, I mean...
No music video.
It's a no music video, but it's like an R&B song. I mean,
I liked it.
Yeah, it's got Mose as the singer.
Style.
Hanhae... Wait, is Hanhae the singer or is Mose the singer? Or are they both singing?
Hanhae is the rapper in Phantom, isn't he?
I think he is.
Yeah.
So, either way, it was just a... I mean, if you like K-R&B, which we both do, it's a pretty good song. I'm probably going to download this song. But sometimes with K-R&B songs, it's like, you either like it...
Or you don't.
Or you don't.
You like K-hip-hop?
Yeah.
Yes? No.
Yeah.
You like K-R&B? Yes? No.
Yeah. But hopefully, if you do like K-R&B, give it a chance. Mose, M-O-S-E, with Hanhae.
Yeah, let's not meet again. All right.
Moving on, we have a group, a very famous group in Korea. It's a group called Clazziquai Project, I think sometimes they go by. With their song, Love Satellite.
So this song is super awesome. One of my favorite songs of this week that we didn't talk about. But this music video, though, super strange.
You need to watch this video.
Super strange, though.
It's about like an alien species that lives on Earth. Our descendants were apes or monkeys, and his descendant was a pig, which apparently equates to him having a big ass pig nose. And he's like obsessed with the girl that lives next door to him.
Super stalkery.
It's so strange. It's
so strange.
It is one of the weirdest. There's like alien. He talks in alien language, and there's like sometimes it's so weird. But we wanted to talk about it in the main section, but like it's so bizarre and so strange. But if you like Clazziquai or have ever been remotely familiar with Clazziquai, like it's a Clazziquai song.
Go give the song a listen. Go listen to this song. No. It is really, really good song. Music video, just watch it for shock factor, I guess, or weird factor, whatever you want.
Sometimes it's nice, like when you see the not just boy groups, but the boy groups and the girl group videos that are just dancing face, dancing face, dancing face. Sometimes it's nice to see
something different is nice.
Yeah.
So our next song is B.I.G. Boys in Groove with Hello. Now this song.
All right.
We have nothing but bad things to say.
All right. Here's my one sentence summary. I told you earlier. It sounded like a middle school music class project. Like it was so unconvincing in every fact of the matter.
I heard this song and I was embarrassed. And I don't get embarrassed. I dance in the streets.
You do. You were thinking of two-toning your hair, like...
My hair's been purple. It's been pink.
It's been gray.
Bleached my hair. My hair's been gray. I sing and dance in public sometimes.
You do.
And this song embarrassed me. Moving on. Moving on.
Yeah, I want to say so many bad things, but I know I shouldn't.
We said a lot of bad things already.
Yeah. The rapping was shit.
Moving on.
Okay. I want to make it clear.
Moving on.
The next song is by a guy we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Kim Hyun-joong. Now this song's featuring Lim Kim and Kanto from Troy. And the song's called His Habit. Now this song didn't have a music video.
Yeah.
I like this song more than the Beauty Beauty song. It's a very different song. Beauty Beauty is more K-pop, and this song is more, I don't want to say R&B, but it
has more hip-hop has more hip-hop elements with it.
And it's got the Lim Kim factor in there, which is, I don't know how to quantify her.
We just like the contrast.
No.
And I'm with you on this, Steven. I definitely like this song more than Beauty Beauty. It's just that Beauty Beauty, the music video, just had a lot of things going on, and we liked it.
Yeah.
This song is one of my favorites. So this song, Love Satellite, Let's Not Meet Again, Back to the Future, Ra.D. Go listen to those songs.
Yeah.
G.o.D. Saturday Night too.
Yeah.
Those are, in my opinion, music video aside, the best songs of this week.
Yeah. But all 5 of them are not K-pop pop, so if you
keep that in mind.
If you're not into that kind of stuff, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's why we're kind of trying to move many more of these to the more lightning rounds instead of us spending time on it.
We don't really have anything to say about them. We just think they're good songs.
They're good songs, yeah. Moving on, we're going to talk about what? I think I remember when he debuted, it was like the first solo male artist by SM in 10 years or something.
Yeah.
And that is Henry with his song Fantastic. Now, Henry's Trap, I actually really like that song.
That song wasn't bad.
Like, I thought it was a good way to be like, yo, this guy plays piano. There's a good piano part in it. It's got some violin. It's got some violin parts in it. It's got some dance in it. It was very good. I thought this song was, yo, this guy can play violin. Let's just shove violin into everything. And it doesn't meld well, and it doesn't sound very good.
This music video was also very strange.
It was like SM forgot all the lessons they learned last year and was like, let's just go back to that.
And they were like, let's make this music video kind of like EXO's music video, but different. And then let's make him have a funky violin. Storyboard complete. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. And the music itself is okay. I like that. Contrary to Steven, I like that it does have violin elements into it because it's refreshing. But that's pretty much it. It's just refreshing.
I like it when there's violin, but it has to mesh well with the song. This definitely was like, I'm just gonna put a lot of violin in there because
you know what this song reminded me of. Like when I listened to this song reminded me of like him playing a violin cover of some song. That's what it felt like to me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are YouTube artists that do that for a living, and they're way better than this.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the contrast of, like, the SM very, like, electronic kind of music with the violin. It just was weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next song. Our next song is Zizo with Run.
Yeah. Zizo. This song is actually very much, or the video is very much like Beauty Beauty.
It's very fun.
Very fun. It's kind of a one shot, but not really.
Done very well.
Kind of just a guy looking like he's enjoying his life, and there's some, I think, some pretty funny moments in that music video. And the song, like, it starts out a totally different song than what it kind of ends up, but
that's okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good mix of, like, there's like a little hardcore rap in there, plus. What would you call the other?
Little bit of kind of like rocky
folk, rock. I don't know.
Rock. We don't know. You have to listen to the song to understand what we're talking about. Zizo Run.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's not a bad song. I may even download it. I don't know.
We'll see. We didn't really like it, the music video enough, and we didn't really like the song enough to talk about it. But we wanted to mention it that some people might really enjoy this. Yeah. It's definitely different from mainstream K-pop, so check it out.
Yep. And the last song is by who used to be one of my favorite artists when I used to like J-pop, and that is Younha with her song Umbrella. Now, this song was an Epic High song that she was featured in. Now, I love that Epic High song.
Yeah.
Like, Umbrella is my favorite Epic High song of all time.
I think mine as well.
And when I listen to this song, the whole time I'm like, I'd rather just listen to the Epic High version.
I was like, wasn't she in that one too? I prefer that one.
Yeah. Like, she does put her little spin on it, kind of, but except for the parts that are in the Epic High song, the rest of it's a little falls flat.
Yeah, it's a little bit like you're just kind of singing. You're not really. Yeah.
Like, it needed a contrast, and the contrast worked really well with Epic High.
Yeah. With
so if you haven't seen Epic High featuring Yona's Umbrella, you should really do.
Go listen to that instead of this.
That's a really good song.
That's a really good song.
But yeah, so after this monster podcast that I'm going to have a lot of fun editing.
Same as me.
We're kind of finished with episode 52. Yeah. Don't forget, we won't have an episode for a couple of weeks because of our summer break, but we're going to come back. I'm going to read all the hate mail that I get for FX, Red Light.
Steven, you're so dumb.
Oh, I mentioned it. I should have mentioned it. I'll apologize, and that'll be episode 53.
Because, I mean, Steven is entitled to his opinion. You might disagree, but he can say whatever he wants about something because he can. And I'm going to disagree, and he's going to disagree with me, and you're going to disagree with him. He might disagree with me and agree with Steven. But, hey, let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know. So you can, of course, comment on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Don't forget, you can leave us a review on iTunes. You can find me on Twitter. Twitter's probably the best place.
Yeah.
This Week in K-pop.
Check that pretty often.
Yeah. But you can also use Facebook. We have a Facebook page that has not been updated in 8 million years. Even though I always promise myself that I should. And lastly, just because I still update it every day, if you want to figure out or just instantly find a nice site to just see what K-pop songs are released today, right? What K-pop songs were released yesterday? I don't know. I was sleeping. Allkpop.com. I got to go through 18 pages of shit? No, I don't want to do that. You should go to kpopreleases.com. That's where you can find all the goodness.
Simple.
In a nice, easy package.
Clean.
Yeah. I use it all the time,
Updated.
actually. Yeah. So, yeah. Until next time.
Bye.
Whew, that was long.